Boom! Today, I'm going to teach you the 3 reasons why you'll fail the PMP exam. Now, if we nail these 3 reasons and have you understand them, then we can come up with a plan, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to eliminate these from your life so that you end up smiling on PMP exam day and you're with success, all right? That's what we're going for. Now, these 3 hit at the core foundations that a lot of you are feeling. All right. So let me see if I can conceptualize and I can summarize how y'all are feeling out there. All right. So tell me if I get close to home. A lot of you out there saying, I'm a good project manager. I've been out there. I've been working for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and I'm pretty good at what I do. Like, I'm good. I bet on myself. People come to me. They respect me. But what I need to prove to the company, to myself, to everybody that I got this internal certification. I've got this mastery down. And right now you don't feel 100% confident, right? You say, I don't see how it relates to my normal life. I don't see how it does this. And I'm really worried because I need this validation by passing this thing. But right now I'm on shaky ground, right? Because a lot of you out there are type A's, right? You're type A personalities. You drive things home. You take care of people. You produce value and you don't fail. That's just not you. You're not a failure person. And right now, these things are causing you to question, how well you feel about yourself. Am I really a great project manager? Is this really for me? Like, what happens if I fail? Because, failure's in your mind now. And you're like, dude, if I fail, that challenges everything. That's just not who I am. All right. And a lot of you out there have been spending a lot of time, a lot of money, and you don't know, if it's all going to be worth it, if it's actually going to pay off. Because it's you're not sure what's going to be on the exam. You're not sure that you're going to pass. You're not sure that what you're doing in there. And it feels terrible. All right? And so that's why you're searching and searching and searching. And you feel like it never ends. And then you might look at your family, your friends, your bosses, your colleagues, and you'll be like, dude, I am investing all this time. I just don't want it to not be, justified. I just want it to work. And a lot of you can feel alone. I understand. I felt that way. It's not your fault. We've got to get on a better path and go to a plan, and we've got to nail down what the key failure modes are. All right. And so let me walk you through it. Now that I've told you I think how you feel, let's see why you feel that way. Now, the number one reason why you feel all those insecurities, all that searching, all that lack of confidence, all that stuff is because you don't have a good understanding of the content. So you have a bad grasp of the fundamentals of the content. Yeah. And I'll say, fundamentals, right? Because right now, you have this Herculean task of taking all this content and somehow putting it into your brain. And what's missing is a story. What's missing is a pull together, a unifying principle, a why, a structure, a flow. You have all this stuff and you've seen all these different people try to explain it. You see all these books that are longer than the phone book and twice as boring. And you're saying, man, I don't think I can pull it all together, because you end up taking away the genius that you have inside of you, and you're just trying to parrot what you think PMI wants. You know what PMI really wants? Is you have a really core understanding of the fundamentals. So right now, the reason why you're missing questions, you're taking long times on questions, you're staying up late hours and you're not getting anything accomplished, and you feel like every day you start off and it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, is because you haven't got a good understanding of the content yet from a simplistic level. So that's number 1. That's a fixable problem, but we got more problems to fix, all right? Number 2, maybe that's not you. Maybe you feel like, hey, I got a good content understanding. Second one is you have poor question solving skills. And you might say, oh, no, that's not me, Scott. I take thousands of questions. I get between a 70 and 78 and whatever. And all I need is a little bit of bump up. Cool. Or maybe you're in 65, 60 neighborhood. What I would ask you is, how repeatable are your results? Do they happen every single time where you're like, boom, I get a 78. I'm around that neighborhood. It's really tight. It's predictable. And I know what I'm missing. How many times I'd also ask you is, are you surprised that you got a question wrong? Oh, what? That ain't the way I do it. That ain't the way it works. Like if you're surprised, if you're not producing the same things, or if it's taking you a long time or a little time and there's variation that exists in your question solving process, that means you don't have a repeatable process that will work. That's a problem, guys. That's going to be a big, big issue. So you have poor question solving skills. If you find yourself going through and reading questions over and over and over and debating endlessly between two only to pick the wrong one, oh, shoot, I did it again. I might as well just flip the coin because every time I pick it, I get more wrong than I thought. Poor question solving skills. And the last one is, and this affects most everybody, shaky confidence, right? When you think about the exam, you start to get clammy hands. You start to get a little tightened collar. You start to feel like, man, I just want to make it through. You don't have the confidence that if they threw a bunch of random hard questions in, you'd live through it. Or you don't have the confidence that like, yo, if I have a tech issue or I have a terrible proctor or something else that you can actually overcome it. Or that, you know, if you're facing a bad spot, that you'll be able to pull things together and be able to be successful. So when I talk to students, if they have a failure mode, and almost every single one has at least one, if not two of these things. Now you might be steady Eddie, good on the confidence side, be able to be, you know, reactive in a good way and understanding, but like you're bad in the grasp of certain content points and you're bad in your question solving, you're not disciplined to it, you're not following a process that's repeatable, you're going to fail. All right? Or you're going to create a higher level of like a chance that you will fail. All right. So what do we do about it? All right. So as we go down there, I want you to think of these three things as content as a triangle. Content, question, solving, and confidence. This is a fat triangle. Confidence as a triangle. Boom, boom, boom. These are the things that we've got to nail down. I'm going to make it over here. Confidence. You got me. And question solving. We're going to go down here. Those are the three areas on the points that we have to nail down. All right? We know that. Any one of these weak, boom, our house falls. Not good. So I said step by step, how do we do it? Now we've got to go inside here and understand that there's another triangle that builds stability in our house, provides structure that holds these walls up. All right? That's what it is. Now we got to hit these points. Now the first thing that we do is the approach right here. Every learning approach isn't perfect. Every learning approach isn't perfect for you, is what I say. All right? So you've got to establish and find an approach that will work for you. You got to ask yourself, what kind of learner am I? Do I like to understand why? Do I like to see how things flow? Do I understand how things are visual? Do I understand how things link together? Do I want to put my hands through it and be like a realistic learner? Or do I want to go memorize a bunch of junk? Do I want to just sit in a room and have those things over there? You're on one of the sides. Maybe, oh yeah, I can read, but like more toward this side. I got to have it real. I got to have it come alive, whatever. So you've got to identify a practitioner, a teacher, a methodology, an approach that will work for you. That will help you get the content and the question solving better. Because if you don't have the content right through the approach, there's no chance that your question solving will be able to be successful. But if you do have it, it allows you to get to question solving, and the approach matters there. The approach to solve questions, right? So we're getting both of those through the approach. Now, number two, as we look through here, it is accountability. Now, accountability works with the content. Got too many markers. And it works with confidence. So what's accountability going to do? It's going to say, hey, we have an approach. You got to stick to it. It's got to work for your schedule. It's got to work for your time. It's got to work for your learning style. But you got to commit, because we're committing to stick with you. That's where the accountability comes. That like I'm going to commit to learning, following the process, and I'm going to build. And then the confidence comes from following through, sticking through the process, actually delivering on what you said you were, and talking through it with somebody that cares for your learning, that's got your best intentions in mind, and goes through there. So accountability puts strength in the content and the confidence, holding it up. Now the last one is called perspective. All right? Now, perspective talks all about strengthening our confidence and our question solving. So that when we go into the questions and we solve them and we go, I got it wrong. Why? You can think about your life, you can think about the content, you can think about the question, and you get perspective on this is what they're saying, this is what I think, and it helps strengthen. It's a feedback loop. Now, it also builds confidence because you're able to look into the question and into your mind and be like, oh, this is what I learned. Oh, this is how I do it. So that, next time I see what the right approach is. I see how to do it. I see all these things, and that builds confidence. So if we focus on these things, the approach, the accountability, and the perspective in support of our content, our question solving, and our confidence, our house is strong. These form up together and they get you there. And so at the end of the day, you're going to get your PMP, right? That's what we're setting this house up to do. So right now, you got to ask yourself, how well do I have a grasp of the content? How well are my question solving skills? How shaky is my confidence? These things, you have foundational issues. I guarantee you, the reason why you're over here looking and doing better is because one of these things is weak, if not more. And realize that it's not just go deep into this. Look at the approach. Look at the accountability that you have. Look at the perspective that you're getting and the feedback loops. If we do that in support of this, you're going to pass. That's the way to do it. All right? So what we need to do now is you need to assess yourself. Put down below, this is where I'm weak, this is where I'm strong. Then make a decision. Take action on it. If you need our help, I'd love to help you. Scott at PMMasterPrep.com or 757-759-5282. Come talk directly to me or go to our website and hit, PMMasterPrep.com. Get Scott's help. Just put in your story. Everybody's different. Everybody has a little bit different, scenario, but we want to guide you through in a way that you'll learn. Simple as that. Hit the button, put in your baby story. We'll talk. We'll figure it out. You're unique, but you ain't that unique. It can be figured out. Just stop struggling. But right now, you've got to identify where you're weak. And if you don't know, you'll be like, dude, I think it's one of these things I don't even know. I don't even know, Scott. And that's cool. So as I lost camera, don't worry, I'm still here. Go and talk to me. My camera overheated. It's okay. Come and see me, Scott at PMMasterPrep.com, 757-759-5282, or go to our website, hit the button. Let's go to work. All right, see you later. Bye.